Good afternoon, East Texas. I'm Tom Mitzoff, and this is the TylerPaper.com Afternoon News Update. After nearly 7 decades in business, Gilbert's El Charro has closed its number 2 restaurant on 5th Street. A sign on the door this afternoon reads, "We would like to thank you for 69 and a half years and 3 days of wonderful memories. We love you all. Gilbert's El Charro restaurant is now officially closed." The original El Charro on East Irwin Street has been closed for renovation since May 6th. A sign on that restaurant encourages customers to visit the 5th Street eatery while restaurant undergoes kitchen remodeling and repairs. Watch TylerPaper.com later today and tomorrow's Tyler Morning Telegraph for more details on this story. Tyler ISD's Deputy Superintendent Cecil McDaniel has resigned. District spokeswoman Dawn Parnell said McDaniel accepted a position as the Chief Administrative Officer with Keller ISD. He'll begin July 29th. Keller ISD is where Randy Reed, Tyler ISD's former superintendent, is now employed as superintendent. McDaniel served as Reed's right-hand man during his time in Tyler ISD, and the two worked together in the Richardson ISD prior to their time here. McDaniel has been with TISD since 2007. Babies with 3 parents could soon be born in Britain through a controversial new in vitro fertilization treatment.
Sharon Bernardi has only photos and memories of her children. She lost all 7 to mitochondrial diseases. This was Sharon with her son Edward 3 years ago. He was the last to die.
He had hypoglycemia in his blood and he had dystonic spasms, which he used to cry and cry for 6 hours at a time. They were very painful. It's soul destroying. It's for you, your as a couple, for your family.
Edward inherited genetic defects from his mother, something which could now be stopped. Stopped by having 1 child with 3 genetic parents. Mitochondria is a cell's battery pack. It works by using an egg from the mother, which contains the faulty mitochondria, and an egg from a female donor. The nucleus in the eggs, which determines our characteristics like how we look, is taken out of the mother's egg, while the donor's nucleus is destroyed. The mother's nucleus is transplanted into the donor egg, which contains a healthy mitochondria. The egg is then fertilized by the father's sperm, creating an embryo with DNA of just 0.2% from the 3rd parent.
Once we allow this and we cross this crucial ethical line, which has been put down in the line in the sand by governments and ethicists around the world for the last 20 years, that we simply shouldn't genetically alter human beings. Once we cross that line, we will inevitably, step by step, slowly, will get to that future that everybody wants to avoid of the genetically modified designer babies.
During questioning in the George Zimmerman murder trial today, a neighbor says he didn't see anyone's head slammed into a sidewalk.
So the person on the bottom was face up?
Correct.
And the person on the top, you said, was straddling, I believe you described it?
Correct.
Okay. Could you tell what was going on at that time?
I think at that time is when I thought it was serious.
Okay. What made you think that?
Because it looked like there were strikes being thrown or punches being thrown. But as I clarified, due to the lighting, it could have also been, holding down.
Okay, so one person horizontal on top of the other?
Correct.
Okay, and then when did that change?
When it moved up to the sidewalk.
And in this, now let's go to this case that night that you saw. The person who you now know to be Trayvon Martin was on top, correct?
Correct.
And he was the one who was raining blows down on the person on the bottom, George Zimmerman, right?
That's what it looked like.
Okay.
Correct.
Now, and I said a moment ago you were literal because you couldn't actually see fist hit face, right?
No.
Because it was blocked by what?
I didn't say it was blocked. I said it was dark out.
Okay.
This afternoon's featured Focus In on .me photo gallery was taken by our Sarah Miller at the Cub Scouts Day Camp. All the photos are available for purchase. Visit FocusInOn.me by clicking the photos link at the top of any TylerPaper.com page. I'm Brandon Davis, and we'll be right back with more, so stay right there.
Hi, I'm Woodsy Owl. In order to try and stop pollution, we need more help. So, help Woodsy spread the word. Come on, never be a dirty bird. No matter where you go, you can let some people know to give a hoot Don't pollute. Never be a dirty bird. In the city or in the woods. Help keep America looking good.
Mickey Mouse, arguably the most recognizable character in the world, is getting a retro makeover with the release of a new series of animated shorts airing on the Disney Channel.
From Paris to Tokyo, the iconic mouse has long had a worldwide following, but he's about to gain a new generation of fans, thanks to Retro Mickey.
I came to Disney and was able to immerse myself in all the original artwork and cartoons that were around. Got to go to the archives and dig up all the old model sheets throughout the eras.
A new series of animated shorts featuring Mickey and the gang, including Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck, Goofy, and Pluto, will make their debut Friday on the Disney Channel. A modern makeover of the classics.
There's a lot of sort of 60s and 50s graphical influence in some of the backgrounds, and all together that just served as sort of the source inspiration. We were able to make something very contemporary out of it.
At the Walt Disney Family Museum in San Francisco, it's clear Mickey has evolved through the ages.
You can tap on him and he has different reactions. You can see Goofy here.
Creators of the new Mickey Mouse series hope the love for all things Mickey has stayed the same. Jeannie Ohm, Associated Press.
Gorditos, a Mexican restaurant chain in Seattle, offer massive 4-pound burritos about the size of a newborn baby. To encourage the comparison, the restaurant offers free burritos to customers who let their babies be photographed next to this gut-busting burritos. I'll take 2. Just in time for the 150th anniversary of the Battle of Gettysburg, a team of geographers and cartographers have produced an interactive online map that shows the terrain as it would have appeared through the eyes of Gettysburg commanders. Here's more from the Associated Press.
The Battle of Gettysburg has been studied endlessly from just about every angle.
I love this historical map, the 1874 map of Gettysburg.
Now researchers are retracing history with modern technology.
Our goal is to help people understand how and why commanders made their decisions at key moments of the battle.
They're using software called GIS, or Geographic Information Systems, to create the most realistic representation of the Civil War's bloodiest conflict.
So the town of Gettysburg here, and the hills south of town is where the Union Army was encamped.
An interactive panorama that reflects what the fighting really looked like through the eyes of commanders like Confederate General Robert E. Lee.
So we could use GIS to answer the question, what could Lee see and what could he not see?
The answer may better explain the Confederates' dramatic defeat. Civil War historian Alan Gelzo says Lee used this cupola on the Gettysburg College campus to size up the battlefield.
But a lovely view all the way around.
But GIS mapping confirms the view prevented Lee from seeing Union soldiers massing just out of sight, ready to fend off the Confederate onslaught.
The dips and folds of the ground, the foliage as it was on the ground in various groves and woods, all of that concealed what turned out to be the deadly truth.
The interactive map was developed for the Smithsonian Institution to mark Gettysburg's 150th anniversary. On the Smithsonian website, it gives history buffs a general's view of the Civil War's pivotal battle. Michael Rubenkamp, Associated Press.
Mark, 3, 2, 1, drop.
Pegasus is away.
NASA used an airplane and a Pegasus rocket to launch a satellite over the Pacific Ocean on Thursday. The satellite will examine a little studied area of the sun in hopes of improving space weather prediction. Following this break, Kayla Mooney will show us the latest on weather, sports, and more. Check it out.
Live with a human for a while and you get to know a few things. Like, I know she's actually not a morning person. I know she does strange tricks for no treats. I know that water makes her howl like crazy. I even know how the floor stays so clean. She's quick. But the one thing I will never for the life of me know is how she gets so tiny and inside that box. Natalie, how do you get so tiny?
Now here's the latest in sports.
Hey everybody, this is your ET Final Score Sports Update. I'm Brandon Davidson. Cowboys defensive lineman Josh Brent failed a second drug test and was sent back to jail yesterday, according to Dallas County DA's office. Now, despite Brent's return to jail, the Cowboys have no immediate plans to part ways with him. All Saints is sending 3 athletes to play at the next level. Owen Harris is signing with Briarcliff University in Chicago. Volleyball player Katrina Casimo with Mary Hardin Baylor, and catcher Chandler Hammonds is going to South Carolina Citadel. Cleveland selected UNLV forward Anthony Bennett with the #1 pick in last night's NBA draft. The Mavericks drafted Shane Larkin out of Miami with their first-round pick. He may not be the next Kid or Nash. They actually compare him to another ex-Mav point guard, J.J. Barea. Larkin is likely a backup, and they don't know who their starting point guard will be next season. Kevin Garnett has agreed to waive his no-trade clause, clinching an agreement on a trade that will land Paul Pierce, Garnett, and Jason Terry with the Brooklyn Nets. The Celtics will receive 3 future first-round picks along with players. Jurickson Profar homered and scored twice, and Derek Holland tamed a team that often tagged him, pitching a 2-hitter as the Texas Rangers finished up an impressive road trip by beating the New York Yankees 2-0. Hey, be sure to watch CBS 19 tonight at 6 and 10. Visit TylerPaper.com for all your latest scores and sports. ET, FinalScore.com.
Here's your weather forecast from CBS 19.
From your local news leader, here's your CBS 19 Weather Authority forecast with meteorologist Doc Deason.
Hi, everybody. As we take a look in on the weather picture through the evening hours of tonight, not much in the way of shower development with our cold front. That will continue to slowly sag through the area from north to south. Any thunderstorm that does pop up will have the potential, at least, to become rather strong here through the early evening hours. But into the overnight period, we'll keep it pretty quiet. A slightly cooler and drier air mass starts to work into place overnight, and that'll carry us through the day on Saturday with rain showers staying out of range, it looks like. For the day on Saturday, we'll be able to reintroduce that into the forecast early on Sunday, possibly. Here's how the evening planner is going to work for us. We'll keep that very slight chance of a shower and or a thunderstorm in place 6 o'clock. 99 or so by 6, give or take a degree or two either side of any of these numbers here. Southern counties will be a little bit warmer through the period.
Don't forget to bookmark our website, TylerPaper.com, and download the Tyler Morning Telegraph mobile app for iPhone, iPad, and Android so you can always have access to your news your way. Have a great rest of your afternoon.